Now, for people who do not necessarily choose for themselves, they are called. Unfortunately, the calling, imekuja na violence, because a video has been circulating online of a Catholic nun from the Franciscan community of Asumbi being physically assaulted by her fellow sister nun. This is the video that you see right here. It says an Asumbi Catholic incident, a nun recorded physically being assaulted or physically assaulting a junior sister at this community in Homa Bay County. Even now, we still don't understand the context or the story. We can only extrapolate from what we have heard from the voiceover of the person who was being beaten up. And this is said, the lady who was beating her, the older nun who was beating her, said this: unaona hujafanya kitu, you are a small thing, lakini vitu unanifanyia hapa unaona kama ni nini. And she was physically, she was very, very angry as she was saying this. She's like, wewe ni mdogo, vitu unanifanyia hapa uoni nikaa ni kitu. So we're like, wait, are we missing context clues? And then the young, she sounds younger from her voice. She sounds younger. She just kept saying, why are you beating me? Why are you beating me in front of the workers? Because this was such a public humiliation. As you can see, there are spectators and witnesses here. So she's like, why are you beating me in front of the workers? And the lady, the angry nun, doubles down and says, unafanya nini? Like, pa, slaps her. She asks again, why are you beating me in front of the workers? Akisema, unataka nikupige tena? Pa, I think I heard like three times. She was beaten like 3 times. So again, no context clues. All we can see is someone who's holding a camera. We can't even see them physically. And an older looking nun beating her up or slapping her across the face with what sounds like a lot of force. Because like you can hear the clap, as in the reverberation unaisikia kabisa. So everyone's kind of wondering what is happening, what is the altercation, where is this story coming from, like who's done what and why are we resorting to this kind of level of aggression and physical violence against our fellow co-worker. Nobody really knows what's going on. She just kept saying, huyu mtoto ni mjinga sana, can you go? As she's slapping her the last time, ambia, papa, huyu mtoto ni mjinga sana, can you go? And she's just like, why are you beating me? Anyway, piga simu Asumbi, mjinga wewe, continued to tell her as she was sending her off. And a lot of people have come and commented about this because we're like, what's going on? Someone by the name of Joyce Mushai on Facebook said, this is very inhumane. Who is she beating? Why is she beating a fellow sister? This is what is happening behind closed doors that we can't see. This needs to be addressed very fast. She's very arrogant. Truth be told, don't beat others because you're a senior or you're in authority. This is someone's child, someone's sister. This is unacceptable in God's eyes. The nun needs help. Like, she really needs help. It really felt like she was taking out her anger or her anguish upon this young woman. And again, no context, so we don't really know what the backstory is. All we can say is it still is very wrong for you to physically assault someone else for whatever reason. Violence is not something anyone should be condoning regardless of what is going on. You shouldn't be taking it out on other people like that. Long story short, we still don't know what's going on. The church has not addressed it.
The church has
the church has addressed it. What they say, they put out a public official statement saying, we are aware of what is happening. The member or the younger sister who was physically assaulted. This action is a personal failing and does not represent the value of the church. We deeply regret the harm caused on the sister and, the incident, the problems that this incident has caused the congregation and the church. Our charism,
joyful,
is
love,
joyful,
compassion.
love and compassion. Violence in any form will be addressed. We are addressing the matter according to the church, and we want to ensure dignity and well-being of all church members. We ask for prayers for those who are directly affected, and healing and reconciliation is still pending. So I don't know what to say except, well, when you say charism and joyful compassion, we're like, okay, and then what? There was
no accountability.
Telling us that you're dealing with it internally. We have seen over time authorities, and especially places of extreme guarding of our face, like we'll save face against all odds, things keep getting swept under the rug and not being addressed. So we would like to actually know exactly what actions are these that you're taking, because none of this is feeling charismatic or joyful or consoling to anyone who watches this video. It's quite disturbing to watch. We want to see whether this nan is going to be discontinued, because I'm sure this is not the first person she's done this to. It almost feels like this is something historically that has happened before, but these are just assumptions that we can make from the outside looking in. We want more dire actions being taken for not only the safeguarding of the younger sisters in this place, but for just it's just wrong.
Violence is not and will never be the solution
Yeah.
for anything that happens. We've seen how violence has not worked out in high schools. Like, you beating children into submission does absolutely nothing for them. It's just the other day, the girls at St. George's High School were protesting because if you're doing this, if you're assaulting students, if you're making students stay outside, you're locking them outside of the dorms and making them sleep outside like animals. If you're doing this, what exactly is your end goal? And also, it doesn't even end there. If violence is not okay with children, because it doesn't work, it doesn't bring any positive reinforcement. It's just a way to bully somebody into submission. So you've seen it's not working with children. Why then would you, a grown adult, think that beating and slapping and assaulting another adult would give you any results? You know, like, this is not a child. And I think even this makes it worse, because why are you beating me and I'm a girl? And it felt like it came from such a personal place. Her anger, her frustration, it was so personal. And I'm just like, why?
And even when she knows she's being recorded, she still proceeds to slap her
and even with the name
times.
calling and everything.
An adult beating another adult. That is the most degrading thing that could happen to
Very
me. As an
degrading.
adult, imagine I'm just standing
Being
somewhere
beaten.
and another in chapa.
What are we doing? Anyway. But let's just stop this whole thing of violence. It does not work with children. It's actually been abolished. I don't know why schools are still, doing corporal punishment for children in school. Obviously, for adults, sue them. Like, make suing great again. Like, take people to court. Normalize taking somebody to your chief. Normalize involving police officers. Like, because what are we doing?